The latest Global Peace Index has just named the most dangerous countries in the world. If you're looking to relocate abroad, you may want to avoid these countries. The Global Peace Index, GPI, is an annual report published by the Institute for Economics and Peace, IEP. The GPI ranks 163 countries according to their level of peacefulness. It uses 24 indicators to measure 3 dimensions of peace: the absence of violence, the existence of a functioning government, and the prevalence of militarization. The indicators fall into 4 categories: societal safety and security, militarization, international conflict, and domestic and human rights. Here's a list of key factors assessed in the Global Peace Index: number of violent deaths, impact of terrorism, nuclear capability, conditions of peace, social security, internal conflicts, international relations. Without any further ado, let's take a look at the 10 most dangerous countries in the world in 2023. Number 10. Sudan. Sudan is one of the most dangerous countries in the world for a number of reasons. The country has suffered from years of violence and conflict, and the situation is only getting worse. Civil war has been raging in the country since 1983, and it has claimed the lives of over 2 million people. The Sudanese government is also accused of committing genocide in the Darfur region, which has resulted in the displacement of millions of people. What's more, Sudan is plagued by extremist groups such as Al-Qaeda and ISIS, which have been responsible for numerous terror attacks in the country. Number 9. Central African Republic. Due to ongoing conflict and a humanitarian crisis, the Central African Republic is one of the most dangerous countries in the world. The country has been plagued by violence and instability for many years, and there's no end in sight. More than half of the population is in need of humanitarian assistance, and millions have been displaced by the conflict. The violence has also caused immense suffering for civilians, with thousands killed or injured, and countless others raped or subjected to other forms of violence. The lack of security means that people are unable to go about their daily lives without fear for their safety, and those who have sought refuge in other countries face an uncertain future. Number 8. Somalia. Somalia ranks in position 156 on the latest Global Peace Index, making it the 8th most dangerous country in the world. Somalia has faced significant challenges in recent years, including political instability, insecurity, and poverty. The humanitarian situation in Somalia is dire, with more than 6 million people in need of assistance. The country is home to a number of terrorist groups, such as Al-Shabaab, which have carried out attacks on civilians. The government of Somalia has been working to improve the security situation in the country and has made some progress in recent years. However, much work is still needed to make Somalia safe for civilians. Number 7. Iraq. Iraq ranks in position 157 on the Global Peace Index, which makes it the 7th most dangerous country in the world. This is mainly due to the ongoing conflict and violence that persists in the country. The aftermath of the Iraq War, plus ongoing conflicts, has displaced millions of people, killed thousands of civilians, and caused immense human suffering. Additionally, the Iraqi government has been ranked as one of the most corrupt in the world, which further contributes to the instability in the country. Number 6. Democratic Republic of the Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has been plagued by violence and conflict for many years, and the situation is only getting worse. The government is extremely unstable, and various armed groups operate throughout the country. There's also a high level of poverty and inequality, which makes it easy for criminal gangs and terrorist organizations to recruit new members. The DRC is a dangerous place to live, and it's likely to remain one of the most dangerous countries in the world for many years to come. Number 5. South Sudan. South Sudan is the 5th most dangerous country in the world in 2023. The country has been plagued by violence and civil war since it gained its independence from Sudan in 2011. More than 400,000 people have been killed in the conflict, and more than 2 million people have been displaced. South Sudan is also home to numerous armed groups, which makes it a difficult place to live. What's more, the country's infrastructure is in poor condition, and basic services such as healthcare and education are scarce. Number 4. Russia. Russia is the fourth most dangerous country in the world in 2023 due to its high homicide rate and increasing political instability. The homicide rate in Russia is high compared to other countries, with around 9.5 murders per 100,000 people. This is likely due to the high levels of poverty and inequality in Russia, as well as the lack of rule of law and widespread corruption. In addition, Russia faces increasing political instability, with protests and opposition movements becoming more common. This could lead to increased violence and civil unrest in the future. Number 3. Syria. Syria has been embroiled in a devastating civil war since 2011. The death toll has surpassed 250,000, and the number of those internally displaced is over 7.6 million. The country's infrastructure has been decimated, and its healthcare and education systems are in shambles. The conflict has also led to the rise of terrorist groups like ISIS, which have carried out brutal attacks on civilians. In addition, Syria's proximity to Europe has led to a refugee crisis of unprecedented proportions. All of these factors have made Syria the third most dangerous country in the world in 2023. Number 2. Yemen. Yemen is currently the second most dangerous country in the world. The country has been in the midst of a civil war since 2015, and the situation continues to worsen. Tens of thousands of people have been killed in the conflict, and millions more have been displaced. Basic services such as healthcare and education are scarce, and famine is widespread. The war has also allowed terrorist groups such as Al-Qaeda and ISIS to gain a foothold in the country, making it even more dangerous for civilians. Number 1. Afghanistan. Afghanistan is the most dangerous country in the world due to its ongoing conflict and instability. More than 2 decades of war have taken a toll on the country, leaving it with one of the lowest human development indices in the world. The ongoing conflict has also resulted in high levels of violence and insecurity, with civilians often bearing the brunt. The Afghan government is also plagued by corruption, which has made it difficult to provide basic services and improve the country's infrastructure. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.